Yes. Hang on. What did you just turn on to? Bear? Oh, Bear. He's over here. Dude, this guy's moving. I wonder. I mean, it's a Honda. It's 8 minutes. If it stays in that general area, 8 minutes. MacArthur. So he's going northbound now. Don't do this to us, man. It's going to put him back into the TFR if he goes far enough north. I mean, he's got. All right, now he's back eastbound again. Speed's about 6 miles an hour or 60. Yeah, he's going north on Bristol. Southbound Bristol. Thank you. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put money on it. Here's my soothsaying once again. He's going to the South Coast Mall. Well, he's already there. Or maybe he's just trying to get back to the 405. Are we doing TFR avoidances? Because 116 is more direct, but I know you can't clip it. South Coast Plaza. Son of a... Yeah. It makes no sense, buddy. Now even he's confused. Kelly and Mary, if you guys are listening, of course, as soon as we get there, please take us. Pardon me? He's approaching the 73 now. I mean, he's going to be there before I can even push the buttons. Yeah, we're still about 5 out. If anybody's listening, still about 5 out. Approaching the 73. It works for me. Still quite a ways out. I heard something about an ETA. Yeah, 4 minutes is probably with a safety net, yes. Is he merging onto the 55? Merging onto the 55. I'll get you direction in a second. Looks like we're going south, but still shouldn't affect our ETA. He's southbound on the 55, Adam. No, it didn't. I'm listening to him talk. Maybe it's a different one. He's on the 55 southbound. That's what I was trying to tell you. He's that way. It's just the pursuit. If you see the car in the chase, yes, definitely. We don't have it yet, no. So it looks like somebody's going to jump out. And there he is. He's at the end of the 55 already. Southwest turn on Newport Boulevard. So he's not on the freeway anymore, Justin. Yeah, I see the helicopter. Oh, there he goes. You went right through the intersection. Went right through the intersection. Justin, what are you looking at? Okay, clockwise, 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Clockwise, clockwise. All right, whoa, okay, go wide, go wide, go wide. Hold it, hold it. I'm looking for a marker. Where the heck is he? There. Look for a gold roof to the right, a little more to the right. Okay, he's going southbound. That gold roof, okay, that street you got there. Push in, a little to the right, to the right, to the right. He's the only car on the road. Put that street. Okay, that's a cop car. Where is he, where is he? Okay, gold roof, there you go. You got him, you got him, you got him. No, that's not him. That's not him. Go wide, towards us. I'm telling you, that's not him. Oh, that is him. Never mind. All right. Daryl, you can come to us. Woo! That was a close one. Yes, that's it. Parking lot. It's going to come to an end, Daryl. Or not. I'm standing by. Justin, relax, man. Deep breath. I'm sorry I was yelling. Relax. Stand by. Thank you. Giving some of the ground crews or ground units, the opportunity to set up in other places to try to get ahead of it, but very high speed. Look at that, by that
all right,
maneuvers, going through areas that, basically you might not want to drive a car. Right now, look at 82 miles an hour. We're on surface streets out here in the Costa Mesa area, excuse me.
the crime that the suspect is wanted for, car-to-car shooting. You're looking at a silver Honda Civic. Again, this has traveled many miles because it was picked up in the Lakewood area. The Lakewood Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is in pursuit of this driver. Stu, you mentioned as it crosses over the yellow lines there, weaving through traffic. Yep, in the center divide. Stu, you mentioned suspects. So what do you know about how many people are actually inside the wanted vehicle? About how many people are actually inside the wanted vehicle?
Do we have a receive light? Oh, okay.
Stu, do you hear us? All right, we're still continuing following this pursuit. Again, from what we understand...
Right there again, doing that same maneuver that he's been doing here for a while, just riding that center island. That was one of the things also I was just going to mention. Some of those center islands, they're a little bit elevated. At those high speeds, if that driver's not paying attention, that might bring this thing to an end. Right now, wrong side of the road, you can see those deputies. They're not going to take that chance, but they're going to keep an eye on where this guy is going. Coming up to a major intersection right there. Doesn't look like he's slowing down, making a hard right from that center divider right there, continuing on. Brookhurst is the street. Clearly you see that right now. The speeds are always dropping when they make those high-speed turns, but he's really pushing that little Honda Civic. And again, deputies from Lakewood down here in the Orange County area right now, they have their helicopter above it. They've been following this pursuit for most of the time. The reason why they don't want to give this thing up is this is a very dangerous suspect, and it's also going to be interesting when it comes to an end because that driver wanted for a car shooting, so that's a good possibility that that driver is on. Deputies right there, not sure what they're doing, but they are making some moves. It's giving this suspect an opportunity to kind of put some distance between him and those deputies. Now the helicopter's keeping an eye on him as well, so even if they don't see him, they're getting information that he's making his way back out onto Brookhurst. Just heard the deputy in the helicopter say that. Those officers, they're kind of stuck there in traffic, but right now I would guess that they're going to start. The cruisers have all come to a stop. They've been told to disengage. There's a good chance that somebody station might be watching us right now, seeing these dangerous moves, and even though there's an armed suspect, they're saying there's more danger to the public than it's worth telling those officers, those deputies, to back off. Now, the helicopter itself, that's going to be another thing. We're going to kind of listen in and see if that helicopter continues to follow the surface.
All right, looks like we lost the signal there. We'll get back to it as soon as we can. It's now in the Huntington Beach area. This is a pursuit now underway, very dangerous pursuit. The suspect wanted for some sort of a shooting or a car-to-car shooting. Started in the Lakewood area and then stretched all the way down to the Costa Mesa area. And as you see, it just went across the city lines there into the Huntington Beach area on Brookhurst, a really busy street there. I think we have Stu back up in Sky Fox with a look at this. I think our camera's back up. Stu?
Yeah, that's right, Bobby. We've been given a bunch of information. I'm not sure what you heard or what you didn't hear. We were just talking in the blind. But the deputies basically got the word from their desk, and maybe because they're watching it on our station, to basically back down. They backed down just for a moment or two, but that gave this suspect plenty of time to create a distance between him and those deputies on the ground. There's the one now is just finally catching up. The helicopter's been above it the entire time, not giving up at all. But it would have been interesting to see those deputies give up on a suspect that's wanted, an armed suspect, or probably armed, because this vehicle's wanted in a car-to-car shooting. Right now, though, you can see the local law enforcement, we talked about that a moment again, too, in the area blocking traffic to try to keep the public safe. Now, that one Lakewood deputy moving very, very quickly this afternoon, that suspect basically did not slow down. I was kind of curious to see, without those deputies behind him, is he going to slow down or not? There hasn't been any change in the driving. This vehicle still keeping speeds well above what they should be on the street, making very dangerous moves, but that one deputy from Lakewood Sheriff's Department really keeping up this afternoon. Bobby?
We are on, Stu, right now, Adams Avenue and Mesa Verde Drive in Costa Mesa. Speeds are picking up yet again, more than 70 miles per hour on these surface streets as these unassuming, innocent drivers don't know that this dangerous pursuit suspect is coming up behind them. The suspect, again, is wanted for a car-to-car shooting. This was picked up in Lakewood. It's the Lakewood...
Doors open. Doors open. I'm sorry, Marla, I didn't
No,
mean to
go
cut you
ahead.
off.
Go
The
ahead.
doors are opening. It's kind of interesting. The passenger's door, they've been saying this earlier, too. Nobody's going to jump out of that car at 70 miles an hour, and if they do, well, then they're more foolish than I would even guess. But, yeah, you can see the driver's door is kind of popped open, and also the passenger door. Whoa, well, that was so close right there. So close in that intersection, running a solid red. And you can see now those deputies, they're not going to make that move. They've actually dropped off a little bit. But again, it does look like these suspects are making that attempt to maybe ditch that vehicle. Right now, though, we seem to be on one of those big roundabouts. We'll see where this vehicle goes. Every maneuver it has made has been dangerous for the most part, Marla. And, you know, I heard you mention that, you know, folks not knowing. That's one of the benefits, even when they're high speeds like this, to have some form of law enforcement behind a suspect vehicle. Those lights and sirens, you know, they're enough to get anybody's attention driving. And when they do, you look around. That's just that's what people do, and they might see it.
You know what's
and there you go. I'm sorry.
crazy about this
Go,
also?
making another turn right there.
What's crazy about this, Stu, is I know you're keeping a close eye on the car here, but we're also watching the speedometer there. 90+ miles per hour, and we're talking about
Whoa, wrong side of the road.
Through surface streets, wrong side of the road, weaving around cars, door open. Doesn't even look like the driver has that much control of the vehicle at once.
Sorry, Bobby.
Right past that black and white. Go ahead.
I didn't know my mic is open like that, but he just almost clipped an officer that was basically on the wrong side of the road, just driving probably to get to this chase. I don't know if you saw it right there. It was right underneath those trees. But this just getting more and more intense. The close calls, the numbers are climbing. You know, odds. Every time he gets one of those close calls, you just think to myself, I think to myself, is that, you know, how many more of these can this guy do? And right now, 80 miles an hour, Costa Mesa surface streets out here. Yes, the roads are wider, but, you know, you're going 80 miles an hour. Anything could happen. Nobody's going to be pulling out of an intersection, looking down there. You see a car coming. You're not thinking that guy's going 80, and you might think, oh, I'm clear, and pull out right in front of this guy. Right now, law enforcement, difficult for them to stay behind it because of the high speeds and, of course, those close calls. But the helicopter from the LA Sheriff's Department still here with it, making calls, telling the guys on the ground what's going on and where this car is.
Law enforcement officers always keep public safety at the forefront of their pursuit techniques and the strategies. How do they go about getting somebody as dangerous as this off the road without harming any innocent drivers? As we see the suspect again weaving in and out dangerously close to other innocent drivers. You know, we talk about a pit maneuver. This suspect is driving way too fast for that, Stu, because that needs to be done. Yep. I think the max is 35 miles per hour. So we've seen excessive speeds. So that's not necessarily an option. The spike strips could be. That's what they do a lot of times. They strategize. So what we don't see from up above, they're already planning ahead to try and get ahead of the pursuit suspect. We've seen that a lot. And it also depends on if they're on a surface street or on a freeway, Stu.
That's right. Well, right now we've made our way back onto the 55 South, and this is generally the area where we just picked it up. We came live. This is where he was. 55, if you don't know, ends on Newport Boulevard down here, and basically he's getting back into that same thick traffic. This was a spot where the sheriffs were thinking they might be able to maybe do something to bring this to a stop. But again, you can see those deputies have to fall back a little bit. That vehicle continues to move on. That helicopter, that's the one connection to law enforcement on the ground right now. That officer in that helicopter, excuse me, that deputy, they like to be called deputies because that's what they are. Those deputies inside that helicopter, they're going to keep an eye on it. They're calling out the streets. We're listening to what they're saying, and they're trying to coordinate. Now, is the local law enforcement going to get involved? You know, there's a good possibility that might happen, even if they, you know, they don't, especially if they don't see any other law enforcement on the ground. I'm sure they have a way to listen in. Hopefully they are, so they're keeping tabs on where this pursuit is in their area. So it's going to be interesting to see when this comes to an end, how they take this person into custody, making his way back into another mall. I'm sorry, Marla and Bobby, that's one of the concerns. That's the guy just basically running out of his way. That is one of the concerns that I was thinking about. There's a lot of shopping down here. And if he makes his way into a large shopping center, we've seen it in the past, they dump the car in the parking garage and they run and try to blend into what's going on at a mall. He didn't do it that time, but he's driven by a couple of large, he drove by South Coast Plaza earlier on. Right now, looks like he's trying to just blend in a little bit, but those high speeds and those maneuvers and that helicopter, he's going to call him out every time.
Well, like you said, pretty impressive that the LA County Sheriff's deputy from the Lakewood division there has followed this throughout this entire pursuit,
Cool,
a very dangerous pursuit. And I would surmise that because it's going through several different jurisdictions, Newport Beach, Costa Mesa, Huntington Beach, because it presents so much of a danger to other drivers on the roadways, to pedestrians, that they would in some way get involved with all of this. But the pursuit does continue. Now we're on West 17th Street, this driver continues to break a lot of traffic rules there, making a right turn there right in front of those cars. Looks like we're losing some of your pictures here.
So this was picked up in the Lakewood area, and it's the Lakewood division of LASD that is pursuing this Honda Civic. You see it's four-door. You got the tinted windows. We've seen that weird behavior where the driver has just opened the driver's side door while driving at an excessive rate of speed, as almost to signal a foot bail, but that just seems illogical and not likely to happen. We certainly hope that that doesn't happen, but in any case, that sort of behavior we've seen from this shooting suspect. Again, this was some sort of a car-to-car shooting. We heard Alhambra Police Department first pick this up. We have to clarify if that is still the case, but covered many miles now in Orange County. Last check, Costa Mesa, and you see the driver there, according to our Extreme Nav technology, is now on Placentia Avenue and Hamilton Street in the Costa Mesa area. Speeds, though, more reasonable right now, 40 miles per hour or so. But again, as you pointed out, Bob, you saw speeds of upwards of 90+ miles
90
per hour.
miles per hour on surface streets. And it's the other thing that they have to really keep into consideration here is that this is believed to be a suspect that is armed and dangerous, a shooting suspect. So even when this does come to an end at some point, that's one thing that they're going to have to take into consideration, is that the person is possibly armed. We just saw just a few moments ago, just across the screen, that was the LA County Sheriff's Department helicopter overhead too. So we do know that the sheriff's helicopter is following this suspect as it continues to go through the Costa Mesa area. Stu, up in Skyfox, we saw that the driver's side door kind of propped open, as Marla said, driving at a really high rate of speed. We still don't know whether or not there's anybody else in this vehicle other than the one person.
Bobby, I can answer that question for you. We know that there's somebody in the passenger seat as well. When the driver's side door was opening, the passenger door was opening as well. Might not have been able to see that, but in this helicopter, my monitor is very good, and he definitely has at least two people inside that vehicle, the driver, at least one passenger. It seems like he's slowing down a little bit. Now, don't know if this is like the adrenaline's wearing off for that driver, or possibly he's thinking that maybe he's not being followed anymore. But as soon as I say that, making a hard turn right there, it does seem like he picks these parking lots, and that's kind of interesting because there you go. This is right what I was trying to explain was, every time he seems to pick a parking lot, it seems like he's able, there he goes on the sidewalk right there, cutting across, wrong side of the road. He always finds a way out, and he found a way out that way. And apparently here comes they're re-engaging right now, meaning those black and whites on the ground. They're basically going to be lights and sirens trying to catch back up to them. So you're probably going to see some of those speeds pick back up again. Is this good? Is this bad? The only thing I can say is that at least the lights and sirens from the law enforcement will give the public heads up that something's going on. But the way this guy is driving, those high speeds, those quick maneuvers, those crosses, and against other vehicles, and the the red light running. That's just every time he gets through one of those major intersections down here and running a red light, I tell you, my blood runs cold. We did see it was a very tight shot, but he did seem like there he goes again, going back into a parking lot. I don't know if this isn't, if he knows the area this well, where he knows that there's a way to sneak out, because there you go. He basically, how did he know that? We're up right and right. Oh, almost. And that kind of Orange County law enforcement, I'm not sure if this is going to be Costa Mesa PD or what the law enforcement is out here, but they are not engaging because it might not be their pursuit. But believe me, if that suspect would have bumped into that car, then all bets are off. Those officers are going to do what they can to bring this guy into custody. Again, right now, 60 miles an hour. Busy afternoon out here, beautiful day, running red lights through major intersections. It is just a recipe for disaster.
Hey, Stu, can you confirm the intel that we received that this is, in fact, related to an incident that was being investigated by Alhambra Police Department? Was that, in fact, a car-to-car shooting that happened under the jurisdiction of Alhambra PD?
Marla, that part, that's a little, that's for our assignment desk. We picked it up. We got the notification. We were starting up for the noon show. We got the notification from our desk saying, "Oh, this looks like it might be over." Maybe not. That was kind of weird. Maybe he's just trying to park it. But yeah, the only thing we know is armed suspect pursuit, wanted for a car-to-car shooting. It almost looks like, I hope he's not playing, just taunting those officers or those deputies down there, because it's a cul-de-sac, so this is a dead end. So we'll see what happens right there. Of course, possibly armed suspect, probably armed suspect. And there we go. Doors are open. Ditching the car.
There he goes.
This isn't good. Justin is telling me that he might have something inside his hand. Look at that. Look at that. Just the way he was running right there, jumping up on the hood, making this run. It does definitely look like he has something in his hand. Is it a cell phone? Is it a weapon? This is what officers have to deal with. And why would you take it with you? That was for him. This is the way these end in such poor ways. I'm just, be careful, Justin, right now, because that definitely looks like a gun. And if the officers show up, they are not going to be.
We're going to have to be careful here, Stu, because it looks like he appears to be cocking the weapon, the gun.
He does.
So he is armed. We do believe he's armed from what we can see from this live shot.
Don't tell me he's.
And this suspect quickly losing steam here as he continues to run, jumped over a fence or a wall, and then runs, and it's almost like he's hobbling at this point.
It looks like some sort of a business complex or a school, as you pointed out, Stu. And you have to remember, there's another, there was a passenger as well.
Yeah, the passengers seem to be kind of stagnant at the car. The driver running now looks like he's making his way. He's going out to the car park. We're working with Adam at Artiller today. He hasn't taken cover anywhere, but this is something dangerous. No.
Oh my goodness.
No. Oh, you can see that guy. He's like, yeah, I got nothing to do with it. Take my car. Yeah, and you got to wonder, is there keys in it? So, and it looks like we're at a school. That definitely looks like a play area. He's out of the car, Justin. He's out of the car. He's running again.
So
out of the car, running again.
There must have not been keys inside the vehicle or something? He's got hands up in the air.
Okay, something's going on. Law enforcement's got to be somewhere right around the corner. Oh, thank goodness. But again, this guy not in custody. And you can clearly see where these officers are at. They are going to approach with caution. And again, we saw it. This guy definitely had something that clearly looked like a weapon. And this is what officers deal with more often than we ever even see in the news. And, is it a gun? Is it a phone? Is it a real gun? All those things, and you have to make those decisions in a split second. And you can see the officers basically taking cover around that car he tried to take and making his way. They are going to approach with caution. There is no doubt. And we're going to play the safe side, maybe push into the officers, Justin, for right now, and see how they take this guy into custody. But super tense moments, huh, guys?
Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
maybe someone could help us with the location here. I know we say Newport Boulevard and Victoria Street, but it did appear as if there's some sort of a school or a campus nearby. Then here is a parking garage. Several officers have now descended on the scene here. The suspect, armed, we saw at one point, now has his hands up in the air as they try to take the suspect into custody. This has just been such a wild pursuit, and there you see the suspect still has his hands up in the air. That's definitely a good sign.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's also a good sign that that other innocent driver, seemingly the owner of the red vehicle there that we're now pushing into, that person wasn't carjacked, and how scary that was for that man. And then to have that gun pulled on him. So we have the suspects surrounded. But it's interesting the stance that they're taking, using the vehicle sort of as the cushion between the suspect.
Just take a peek, Justin. Be careful. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know you're monitoring the situation there, and I know we're trying to be very careful here because the suspect is armed. And we have to also remember we did follow this one suspect. This was the driver in the pursuit, but we do believe that there were two people inside the vehicle at the time. This was a pursuit that again started in the Lakewood area. Lakewood sheriffs following the suspect. And there you see that the suspect is on the ground, hands out, but there's still no telling whether or not, oh, there they are.
There you go. There they are. Sorry about that. We had to reposition Skyfox. We couldn't see him when he laid down there on the ground from our position, but definitely in custody. Hopefully this is going to be without incident. But what a wild ride for sure, and such dangerous moments and such bad decisions by that suspect on just the things that were going on this afternoon. But definitely coming to an end. Thankfully, no civilians hurt that we have seen during this chase. No officers hurt as well, but it does look like multiple agencies out here just from the different uniforms. But that suspect in custody, and Bobby and Marla, we will get the exact location where this is as soon as we see this guy is into custody and we can move the camera around a little more freely.
He made that one wrong turn down the cul-de-sac, and thank goodness he did, because that's what, in fact, led to the capture of this shooting suspect. Stu and crew up in Skyfox, we thank you so much for your reporting. Of course, we'll have a full wrap-up of this coming up tonight on the Fox 11 News at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, just fortunate no one was hurt in the time that we were watching that pursuit with the high rates of speed and the suspect also being armed. Okay, let's talk about the weather again. Maria's here with a look at the forecast.
Fox 11 weather is sponsored by Sweet James Accident Attorneys.
And yes, we do have some calm weather. We have got some sunshine outside. And if you like the warm temperatures we saw yesterday, then you're going to like the forecast.
I don't know. All I saw was somebody was standing by the car when he did that jump on the hood and over the wall move. That was pretty insane. All right, he's got the cuffs on. You think that's the gun? Oh, they took her into custody. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You want us to go look? No, they just heard. When she cued the mic, I heard the police scanner behind her saying he's taking her into custody, and they used the effeminate, so it was a female apparently. Yep, we're waiting. Pete said when he goes into custody, but I guess we could do it now. You want to get the red car? Red car tonight. Oh, oh. We can do it from the. You did? I'm trying. I don't see it well enough. We're trying to grab the plate off the red car. It's not good enough. Hopefully he doesn't drive off. I don't know. It's some numbers and letters. Does that help? Yeah. You gonna hand it to me? All right. We're working on it. You know what? If it is, that would just that's the wide right there, and that'd be Newport Boulevard, and the actual address would be 2115 Newport Boulevard. If you pull it up that way, it would. I could see that. No, I didn't. What? Oh, okay. That could be. Uh, 962 RV, and I can't read the other two. It's. Yeah, we gotta try again. We gotta try for the plate, even if we can dip down. We might lose our signal for a second. Okay, cool. Simon Desky, if you didn't know, which I think you did know, that the passenger in custody, and she actually never left the vehicle. The passenger, the female passenger in custody, and she never left the vehicle, apparently. She stayed with the car. All right. We're going to get that license plate so we can stop with the license plate. Justin? Is that 2X? All right. Do you think that's 2962? Is the PD ship? Oh, he's still here. The sheriff ship's still here. We can't get down. Right. Okay, 8 Alpha Romeo uniform. I think that's 962. The last three are 962 for sure. 962. And then the letter group is, what do you think, Romeo? Or Alpha Romeo? Yeah, just tell them. Get on the radio and tell them. That's the world I live in. Ocho, 8. It's not a letter, it's a number. It's starting with the letter, the number 8. Turn your love around. Do, 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 do. What was our placement on arrival? What was our placement on arrival? Were we first, second, third? All right. I like that because when I was listening, when you slowed up over at John Wayne, I was listening and I heard Kono and I was like, all right. I was like, son of a. First on scene. If it makes any difference to anybody. I think CBS was here too. Bum 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 dun dun dun. Here we go. We're going to double, triple check, make sure we got it. You sure? Now I got it. Yeah. That's it, yeah. You feeling officer-ish? Turn my love around. Do, 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 do. Turn it upside down. Yeah, my LA phone is having trouble getting onto the, got it. Simon Desk, I sent you the actual plate photo screenshot. Okay, got it, thanks, you're welcome. All right, you guys ready for the $3 million house story? Huh? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. You know we're in Orange County, right? We can try to go back to where it ended, yes. With her being arrested, probably already done. Where the car stopped. They want to go back to where the car stopped. It's got to be close by. All right, let's go. It might be a mental health facility, which is awkwardly appropriate. Yeah, there it is. It's right there. We're making an effort. We're going over there right now. She might still be outside the car, but they said that she was at the car and they took her into custody. Bum 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 bum. Who? That guy? Why? No, no, he's not. He's standing by the car. Yeah. He was over there talking to the officers. But his body language, he definitely showed that the guy pointed the gun at him. Yeah, that's my guess. You want to try to get the license plate for them before they ask for it? It's going to be pointing straight up. The license plate on the suspect vehicle. All right, I guess I got one that's good. Thanks. Wow, that almost looks like it's personalized. 8. What do you think it was? 8TBB878? Or are those RRs? Let me see if I got a different one. That might be an idea. I think it's RB878. All right, Simon Test, do you want the suspect's vehicle license plate? All right, so I'm hoping you hear me on the microwave. There might be a variation. I'll send you the screenshot so you can see it as well. But we think it's 8 Tango. I'm going with Romeo Bravo 878, but it might be Bravo Bravo 878. I'll send you the picture. You'll see what we're talking about. It's definitely a Honda Civic, probably 2000, relatively new. Well, somebody was watching over him. Now you're thinking back to base? Yeah, probably. We're gonna do breaking news. Copy all. Nine four four. I don't know. I'm being serious. We do this a lot, but I don't know about a week ago. I think it might have been more like a month ago. Could you? It's 944 like the Porsche, and what's the name of the street? You got it? All right, cool. We're on our way. That sounds a little, yeah, I'm going to stay away from that. Yeah, why not? Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Some of the chase would be great. Thank you. Yeah, I got some flight time where I can zone out. No, we're going there now. Oh, but I think they want to do a look live, but if they don't, that's good too. That's not something you say to somebody that reports on the news. No, he's stalking me. I just got to tell you. Kimball, she's talking about Kimball, Jimmy Kimball. I was on Jimmy Kimball again. He used me a couple times way back in the day, but those were funny. It's like, yeah. Yeah, and the one that got me started, and it was really funny, we were doing rain. And, you know, rain's a big deal for the news. Big deal. And I said, if you're outside, you're probably wet. And he liked that. They used that. I thought for sure he was going to get shot. Good job, Justin. Good job, Adam. Thank you, guys. Couldn't have done it without you. I can shut it off. I got control over it up here. I guess. But then again, it's windy today, and I bet you the saddle is bumping around. But you know what? We'll figure. You know what? They'll learn all these lessons sooner or later. More like later. But yeah, I bet you that's what it was. That and the combination of us, you know, having to yank and bank and do that stuff, and then the wind blowing up there, I'm sure they had signal issues. How bizarre. Fox's pursuit still is almost like yours. I don't know. And the other thing, too, it might not have been today. You know what I mean? Probably not, but I don't know. Well, how about they fix Wilson and then we wouldn't have those issues? Or Santiago. Why was 5 so far away? Why was 5 so far away? Well, every time I looked up, he was like off in a distance. 4 was closer to us than anybody else. Maybe it was 7. I don't know why. Were they the one that was? I wonder why. Right. Yeah, I mean it was perfect for us, and it just makes you. And nobody ever said those guys were smart, but I mean, when he bailed, he had all these opportunities to duck into. You know what I mean? Glad he didn't, but. Right. That's what I thought too, or maybe like you said, it's the Mental Health Institute, but he went in there and signed himself in. Oh, look at that. Ukraine and Russia is starting to do ceasefire talks. Oh, really?